Hi y'all, it's Mo. Being that the world, not just America, but the whole world is in an uproar over some recent situations that have been taking place, I felt like it was appropriate to look into a subject that's actually tearing apart the entire human race, and that subject is called division. There are two types of division, and it doesn't always have to be a bad thing, but the first type, the act of separating groups or parties into parts. The second one is a disagreement between two or more parties, usually ending in hostility or tension. Division's not always going to be a bad thing. I mean, think about Pangea in the beginning of time when all of the continents were stuck together. And then all of a sudden they started to break away, started to divide. And now we have all these beautiful countries that we're no longer attached to, that we can travel the world and look at, and they offer so many different things. The Babylonians were another example of division when they were trying to build Stairway to Heaven, and God didn't like that very much, so what he decided to do was actually separate everybody and make them all speak different languages so nobody could understand anybody and they couldn't get it done. That can also be a good thing too, though. You know, it can go either way. He divided us in that sense so that they couldn't understand anybody, and now we have all of these cultures. But that's such a beautiful thing. It makes everybody unique. And now we have all these beautiful, exotic people. Everybody's a little bit different, and thanks to Pangea too, we have places to travel. So it can be looked at both ways. Now, what causes division? Offense is definitely a big one. Everything we say and do these days have to be politically correct. However, it does say in Proverbs chapter 19 that good sense makes one slow to anger, and it is in his glory to overlook an offense. So maybe we shouldn't take everything too personally. Pride is another one. Assumptions, you all know what they say about assumptions. Lack of love, lack of respect, that's huge. Jealousy, grudges, politics. This Tito. Sometimes it can happen in your family too. I'm sure you could think of at least one family member that you don't get along with. When it comes to God, sin separates us from God. That's division. It says in Isaiah 59 that your sin has separated you from your God. Sin also separated Jesus from God. He became sin, and he was thus separated from God, just like we would be. There's also separation from the church. There's the mentality, I can praise God by myself. I don't need a church, which kind of can defeat the whole purpose of church in the first place. Yeah, people who church hop, they're separated from the church. There's separation within the church. Church is a hospital, and people are so ready to condemn other people for different things that they do and say and how they act, how they dress, so on and so forth. But it's really not supposed to be the place for judgment. Sometimes you might run into cliques in the church, different things like that. So there's separation there as well, unfortunately. On society, I'm pretty much ready to leave social media. Once upon a time, it was a fun place. You go to connect with old friends, you keep family members in the loop, fun and games. Now it has become a political war zone, and it's not even fun anymore. There's no love being spread. It's all negativity for the most part. But not just on social media. Politics, race, beliefs, all of those things divide us as a nation, as a people, as a human race, across the world, not just here. Moral of the story, always give the same love and respect that you intend to receive, whether it's as a person or just about a subject as a whole. One way or the other, you can always unfriend or unfollow somebody who's being disrespectful toward you and what you're passionate about. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. So please excuse me while I go deactivate my Facebook. Bye.